let me know that you can hear me and that you can see my screen. Let me know if the sound is clear. And while we're going through this, if you lose the sound or lose the screen, please let me know straight away on the chat box. Sally, thank you. And welcome. Guys, I want to get a few more of you. We got quite a lot of traders in the room. So, open up the chat box, keep it open because, while we're going through this, if you have any questions or you have any comments, please feel free to put it on the chat box. George, welcome. Thank you. Let's get a few more. Traders. Let me see here. Alan, Avi, Baz, Bradley. Wow, we really got a lot here. Jill, Kaziba, Michael, Miguel, Patrick. Wow, there's so many. Peter, Petra, Sam, Steve, Trevor. Those are a few of you. Good morning, Miguel, Petra. Good morning. Bradley, how's it? I mean, guys, if you feel like letting me know where you are in the world, feel free to pop this on onto the chat as well. So I think we've given it enough time for at least everyone to jump in the room. Okay, so we're all over the world here, mostly from Australia. We got some traders from the UK. Wow, we even got one from the USA. What time is it there by you, Miguel? Must be fairly late or fairly early. Okay, 5 a.m. That's a good time to start here. Wonderful traders. So I'd like you to keep that chat box open, and we're going to go through setting up a dollar cost averaging strategy on Capitalise. Obviously, there's so much more you can actually do on Capitalise. And I'll talk about that as we go through. Sally, you're asking where I am. Perhaps some of you are also thinking that. I'm based in Tel Aviv in Israel, so a big warm welcome to everybody from Tel Aviv. Okay, John, no reason to log into your account right now. I'd like you guys to focus on what I'm going to do today, and then don't worry, I'm going to show you first how to set up Capitalise for yourselves, and then we're going to get moving on. So, traders, if you're wanting to set up your Capitalise account, the first thing you're going to need to do is download Eightcap's MT4. We don't integrate with MT5 yet. It is on the way, but don't worry if you use MT5. You can also use MT4. So if you just go to Eightcap's website, and you can just download their MT4 player there, the MT4 trader station. And once you set it up, it's quite easy. For example, you can see I've got 3 demo accounts here, and you can set up an account just by right-clicking and just open an account, whether you want to open a live account or a demo account. You can do it through here. I've already opened an account. I've actually got 3 accounts, but I've opened this one for today's session, and we're going to be executing some trades on this demo account with our dollar cost averaging strategy. So the first thing you're going to want to do is open an account, and you're going to want to get these details. And it's with your MT4 details that you're going to go to 8cap.capitalise.ai. And if you can't remember that, you could just come to our website, Capitalise.ai, and you're going to find an easy login for 8cap. But you can just go to 8cap.capitalise.ai, and you can see I've already got my MT4 credentials in here. I've got my MT4 account number, MT4 password, and I've got the server that I'm on. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And for anyone new here that hasn't used Capitalise, with Capitalise, you can create your trading strategies in freestyle text, in everyday English. You can then take those strategies and backtest them, or you can run them live on a demo account or a live account. And you can also set up smart notifications, and we're actually going to get into some smart notifications today as well. So just before we get into some dollar cost averaging, just to walk everyone through, perhaps I should maybe zoom in here a bit so everyone can see. Just to walk everyone through our platform, the first page you see is our live examples. This is great because you can actually find examples here. If you're not sure on what strategies to use, all the examples give us for the last 30 days performance, so you can see actual quantifiable data on how the strategy is running. And if you like it, you can go ahead and use as a template. If any of you are having issues while you're creating strategies or with strategies, you can always get us here on the in-app chat. You can just send us a message right here. Then to find all of your pages, you can just, let me just close that. You can look on the left-hand menu bar here. We might go through some of these today. We're not going to go through all of them. We're going to more focus on running dollar cost averaging strategies. But for those of you who are interested to get a full walkthrough of the platform or have questions with regards to other things, you can always just log into Capitalise and go to our learning center. And you can book a demo session. We run these every day, and this is where we'll walk you through the platform, create different types of strategies, and we'll have a Q&A afterwards with regards to any categories that you would like to discuss. But for today's session, we're going to look at dollar cost averaging, and for that I'm going to go to create new strategy. Here, whether you're looking to use fundamental data like an economic calendar, whether you're looking to use technical indicators like an RSI, MACD stochastic, or whether you're just looking to use price action or levels or volatility. You can even create candlestick patterns on Capitalise as well as trade directly from a price chart. And it's all set up here. So let's talk about dollar cost averaging before we create our first strategy. Just for anyone out there who's not familiar with DCA, dollar cost averaging is an investment strategy in which an investor divides up the total amount to be invested across periodic purchases of a targeted asset in an effort to reduce the impact of volatility on the overall purchase. So the purchases occur regardless of the asset's price and at regular intervals. So in effect, the strategy removes much of the detailed work of attempting to, let's say, time the market in order to make purchases at the best possible prices. Dollar cost averaging is also known as a constant dollar plan. Now, with Capitalise, very important to note that dollar cost averaging strategies can only be run with an entry. Although most strategies on Capitalise, you can use an exit, if you're looking to use a dollar cost average strategy, we're only going to go with an entry here. So let's go ahead and create our first strategy. And what I actually want to do is I want these strategies to start executing on my Eightcap account. So I'm not going to put much thought in it. What I'm going to do is just pull up TradingView here. Just so you know, you can automate your trading on Capitalise through TradingView. And if you want to know more about this, we've done a webinar on it, but feel free to check out our YouTube channel and our support center or our learning center that we had gone through initially. You're going to find a lot of stuff. So let's have a look at something like this. Let's have a look at the euro dollar. This is actually maybe nice. So I'm just going to go hypothetically now, just because I see this right here. Let's look at that as maybe a hypothetical support. And let's say we want to start getting into the market every couple of minutes on the euro dollar. I'm on Eightcap. Let's go ahead and create the strategy right now so we can get some hits. So I'm going to go back to Capitalise, and I'm going to want to do I want to get a few hits during this session. So I'm going to go 2 minutes, let's say after entry starts. Let's just buy 0.01 lots of EUR USD. Now, this strategy obviously has no condition. The moment we run it, it's going to start executing, and we're going to do some strategies that have conditions. But for our first one, I want to start getting into the market. Just note for anyone new, anytime you select an asset, you get a link to TradingView here at the bottom. You can add time frames, adjust time frames, add indicators, and you can also trade, as I mentioned, through TradingView. So we've got our strategy set up. Every 2 minutes from the time this runs, we're going to buy 0.01 lots. I'm going to go ahead and click next now. And for a DCA strategy, as I mentioned, we can't have an exit. So I'm going to go ahead and skip the exit here, and then go ahead and click next. And that's basically it. We've created our first DCA strategy. I want this to run in loop. Every 2 minutes I want to buy. And I don't want this to run indefinitely. I don't want this to run for 5 weeks. I want this to run, let's say, 2 minutes. How many trades are we going to be able to get in on the session? Maybe 10, maybe 15 trades. Let's go with 15 trades on this. We can name our strategy here. If you don't want to, we'll give it a name. And we can see here our action is market order. You don't have to use order. You can obviously use limit order as well. I'm going to go ahead now and run, which means that in 2 minutes time now, we are going to get a trigger. And let's have a look at euro dollar at the moment. Okay, we're testing our hypothetical support here. Maybe the support could have been lower for this example, maybe there. It may try to go there, but let's just see how this plays out. And what we're going to do is we're going to wait for our first transaction. We're going to see it fire off on our Eightcap account, and then I'm going to go ahead and start creating some other strategies. And guys, if you have any questions, as I mentioned, feel free to pop them onto the chat. So let's go back to Capitalize. And while this is running, we got about a minute and 16 seconds left. For anyone new here, you can find all the strategies you create on the My Strategies page. I just set up this new account this morning, so I only have one strategy here. But you can see all of your stops and your back tests here. You can control it from the control panel to stop and edit and so on. And you can access the strategy page anywhere by clicking, anywhere on the bar. Just to look at the strategy page here, we have 0 hits. We're waiting. We're 44 seconds out from our first hit. We're going to have 15 hits on total. We're then going to be notified of that. You could be notified on email, desktop. You can set up all of your notifications on the settings. And you can also download our mobile app, which has the full functionality of the web interface. So you can stay in control on the go and get notifications there. Great, we're looking at 23 seconds to go. And remember, we're going to be averaging our entry here. Let's just have a quick look while we're going. Well, let's see this execute. We'll just wait 10 seconds. As soon as it executes here, I'm going to swap over to my Eightcap MT4 because I want to see the trade there. Okay, great. We should have a trigger now. There it is. We can see it's triggered, and what it's going to do is just start timing again. So in 2 minutes, we're going to buy again. What price did we get into? We got in at 1.02284. Let's go to Eightcap now. And there's our trade. That's our trade there. And we're going to see all our trades here now start building up. There's the same price. So I'm going to let this run now for the next, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. And let's see where we are with this dollar cost averaging strategy afterwards. Great, let's go ahead and create another strategy while this one runs. So I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to create a new strategy. Let's see, we got some questions coming in here. Okay, Miguel, you're asking, are there canned strategies? I'm not sure what that is. Are you maybe talking about already made strategies? And if you are, yeah, of course, we've got browse examples here. Worth noting, traders, we don't share traders' strategies. All these strategies come from the team here at Capitalise. So if you traders are new, you're not sure what you want to run, check out our browse examples. You can view all the performance and you can use them if you want. And if you guys are new to Capitalise, please log in, go to our learning center and book a demo session for today or tomorrow. We run them every day and we'll walk you through this platform. Great. So our next strategy, we're going to go ahead and let's say that, okay, we want to get into the market, let's say once a week. And let's say we want to get in with Bitcoin. Let's have a look at where Bitcoin is at the moment. And remember, if you're using TradingView, you want to use Eightcap's data. And you can find Eightcap's data just by typing in the asset and looking at the sources. So if we just scroll down a bit, there we have Eightcap, always wanting to use their data. Okay, so we've got Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin's daily chart here. Okay, we're looking low. Bitcoin's moved up a little bit in the last couple of days, but let's say that every week from now on, you want to averagely get into Bitcoin. We can do that quite easily. So we could go ahead to Capitalise here, or let's say every day you want to get in for a week. Let's put it at that rather. So we've got, let's say, what are we looking at? 24 hours in a day, that's 1,440 minutes. That's 1,440 minutes after entry starts. Let's say let's go with 100 USD worth of BTC USD. Maybe I don't actually have access to, I know that you can with, okay, I think it actually depends where you are. I may have set up an account that I can't access Bitcoin with. Okay, let's leave Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and look at an indice. How about the Aussie 200? Let's say every day for this week, we want to buy $100 worth of ASX 200. Well, let's say we want to buy 1 unit of AUS, let's say buy 1, and we're going to go with the Aussie, was it ASX that I was looking at? Oz 200 cash. That means every day it's going to get in. We can go ahead here and click next. Again, I'm going to skip the exit. We don't need the exit. And you may only want this to run for a week. Today we're on Tuesday, so we wanted to buy tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We wanted to buy for the next 3 days. At this time, we can go ahead and run it, which means that it's going to buy tomorrow, it's going to buy Thursday, and it's going to buy on Friday. And it's going to stop after that. Once it stops, you can play your strategy again on your stop. Now, guys, let me know if you can hear me now. Let me know if you can hear me now. Okay, you can still hear me. Okay, so you're okay now? You can hear me? Okay, sorry guys, I think I'm having issues on my
on my speakers. I'm using my computer sound now, so I hope it's okay. You just keep me updated with how the sound is going. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. So let's get moving on to our next strategy. Both strategies that we've run today, it's been no conditions. We've just looked at a chart. We've decided we want to average in, and we've averaged in. Now we're going to go ahead and create a strategy that has a condition. So let's have a look here. For example, let's take, let's use a moving average. We're looking at a moving average day. I see we have a lot of the traders from Australia, so let's include the Aussie dollar, US dollar. And remember, you want 8cap's data for that. You know, we should actually just select 8cap. Maybe we could just search for them, yeah, and just keep it. Yeah, that's so much easier. Perfect. Oh, yeah, no wonder I was not seeing that. AUD, USD, there's the Aussie dollar, US dollar. Okay. So here, I'm just on my charts, I'm just using a very simple moving average. I'm using a short moving average, which is the 9. And I'm using a longer moving average, which is the 50. So let's say that every time the shorter moving average crosses above the longer moving average, like it does here, we want to average into that position. That's quite easy. So this one, we're going to add in we're going to go ahead and maybe we can actually find something that's about to trigger. Let's see one. That's not looking good either. It's looking good for the Aussie dollar, gaining some traction there, but the moving averages are far apart. Let's go back to a day. We'll use a day time frame for this. So let's say when a short day moving average crosses over a long moving average like it does here, we want to average into this position. We can go ahead and create this strategy on Capitalise, and this time we're going to use a condition. So let's say we're using a day. Anytime you use a daily indicator, once the condition is met, it is met for a full day, which means 24 hours. So let's go this time, 20 minutes, let's say after entry starts. Let's say if the Aussie, AUD, USD moving average. Now on Capitalise, anytime you select an indicator, you can change the parameters on the tooltip above. And obviously on our chart there, we were using a 9 for the short, we were using a day, and we were using the close. And then we're going to say what's happening with it. So we're going to say crosses above. Let's go with the AUD USD, and the longer moving average that I was using was a 50. We could go ahead here, and we're going to go ahead with a 50 moving average. We're going to use the day as well. So when the 9-day crosses above the moving average, 50-day, it's going to be met for a whole day, that condition. And every 20 minutes, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into a trade. So we can say then, let's buy 0.01 lots of AUD USD. And again, I'm going to go ahead and click next. I'm going to skip the exit for this strategy. And I'm going to go ahead and click next. And here we're going to want to run it in loop. So when this triggers, we're going to have 20 minutes. That's 3 trades an hour by 24. That's 72 trades that this could possibly take. But you may not want to take all those 72 trades. You may only want to take the first 30 trades of those. You can go ahead and put that in the hit limits. And we can go ahead here and run the strategy. So here, when this condition is met, we're going to take the first 30 trades. We're going to average it out at 0.01 lots. We'll only have 30 trades of that. And then it will stop and you'll be notified of it. Great, traders. Then the last strategy we're going to look at before we quickly go check out how our first strategy is performing and all the trades it has executed. We're going to go ahead and I just want to introduce you very quickly to a notify me strategy. So on Capitalise, you don't only have to buy or sell. You can also just notify yourself. There may be something that happens in the market that you want to know about, but you're not sure which direction you want to go yet, or something like that. So I'm going to use, perhaps in this, I'm going to, let's see how we go. This time I'm going to go 1 minute after entry starts. Okay, and we want to, oh, what happened there? If it goes red, you know that you've done something. There's something that the strategy doesn't like, so you can just click back until we find, oh, you know what, I bet you it's the S at the end of minute. Yeah. Okay, so 1 minute after, let's say, entry starts. Let's say, let's go with some economic news. What economic news can we use here? What have we got? We may not want to go through every single one of these. If you guys have economic news that you guys look out for, let me know on the chat and I'll include it. Seeing, yeah, ADP may not be too, you know what we'll use? I know exactly what we'll use. We're going to use NFP. We're going to use job numbers in the US. So the job numbers in the US, the results are, let's say, above forecast. Let's say by at least 20%. And we can add more conditions in here. So we can say something like, and let's say if EUR USD current month change is, let's say, negative. Yeah, that would work. And we can add another one. Let's say, and if, let's say, and if the hour before the data comes out, let's say if we have positive change in the euros, let's say, and if EUR USD previous one, I want to go with an hour here, bar change is positive. So basically here, what we're looking for is the NFP, the non-farm, the job numbers in the US results are above forecast. We're looking for the euro dollar to be down for the month, but we're looking for the latest closed hour, the previous hour, to have positive change. And then we want to be notified of it. Is positive. Okay, perfect. So we can go ahead and then say, then notify me. And we can go ahead here and click next. And here I'd like to run that in loop. This may be indefinitely. You may want to know about this every single month. So you just run it in loop with no limits. And we can go ahead and run it. Great, wonderful traders. Let's go ahead now and let's go have a look at the first strategy we created. So you can find all of your strategies on the My Strategy page here. We can see these are all the strategies we created. So far, we've had 8 hits on here. And our next hit is going to trigger in the next minute and a half. While that's running there, let's go ahead and look at our Eightcap account. Okay, so we have quite a few trades you can see here. Just if you guys are not familiar with MT4, you can just log into your account. You can see all the trades here. So you can see these are all the trades from our one strategy. Okay, you need to keep that running. It'll only be running for a couple of minutes, but you can see here the profit that we're getting on each trade. The first trade was about negative 35 cents. The second one, negative 106. Third, negative 1, negative 0. And then we start to find some positive territory here. A very important thing. Let's see. Bazib, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry about the audio. I need to speak, I think, directly on my computer here. I'm really upset that my that my headphones went out. I hope it's better. I will try from now on to stay on the computer. And we'll actually watch these go moved into positive territory here big time. So we can see here, we've only got a few that are negative and they're negative by a small amount, which is actually great. So we'll be able to check them out. I wanted to see where we started here, guys. I'm gonna get a euro dollar for Eightcap. Let's see, we put and we want to go to the 1 minute here. Okay, we've got good movement there. Remember, this is the support line, hypothetical. Remember, support and resistance is subjective. I just put it here for the sake of creating the strategy. So we started averaging in up to here. So any trades that were taken up here may still be in a little bit of loss, but we'll see this run out for the next couple of minutes. Let's see, I've got some questions coming in. Guys, this webinar was only supposed to be 30 minutes, so I want to be respectful of everyone's time here. I'm going to let it run perhaps for another 10 minutes or so, but I do want to be respectful of everyone's time. So let's see some questions coming through here. Okay, well, can you tag the entries and exits on a chart and execute? This is an awesome question. Not as of yet. This is frequently requested. It's high on our to-do list. Is mapping hits on a chart. So I take it you want to open a chart and point out exactly where the entry of hit 1 happened or the exit of hit 2 happened. It will be on the way. And we'll keep you updated with all new feature releases. We'll keep you updated here in our chat and obviously via email as well. Something worth mentioning to all of you is you can join our learning center here, and remember the demo session where we walk you through the full platform, but you can join our community as well. You can get an invitation here to our Discord server and chat with other traders that are automating their strategy. Let's see. Petra, most certainly you will have a recording of this, guys. And we'll send you out the recording. If you don't receive it, please send us a message here on the in-app chat, and we'll just send you the link for the recording. That may actually be easier than anything else. Avi, do you not put a stop loss or take profit? Okay, good point here, Avi. So with dollar cost averaging, we can't use an exit. However, in a traditional strategy where you can use an exit, most certainly, you can use take profit, stop loss, trailing stop, trailing take profit, and anything else that you can describe where you'd like your strategy to get out. You can most certainly use it. And anyone more interested in creating, strategies with exits, please join me either in another webinar or on my demo session, and we will talk about it. Let's see here. How it works. Profit. Okay, Bradley, you're asking, you don't understand random purchases of currencies. We're not actually doing a random purchase, but perhaps on my first strategy, it appeared random. It really was random because I was just wanting to show you how it executes. But there may be certain levels. For example, there may be certain levels like what happened with the euro dollar a couple of days ago, where it hit here, where you may want to average in every couple of minutes to get a better price. So you can do that, and you can also use this for CFDs, Eightcap, and so on. So as long as you have what you're looking for, or as long as you know what you're looking for, then at least you can just average in. Obviously, you don't have to. You can create certain strategies that trigger the whole amount at a certain time, or when a certain action happens on an indicator or price action or volatility, and so on. Okay, Sally, you've got a great question here. You're asking, how do you close each trade? Traders, remember, The normal strategies on Capitalise have an exit. So you wouldn't have to generally worry about manually closing a trade. However, if you're using dollar cost averaging to average into a price, you would need to close these manually. So you would need to go to Eightcap, for example. We're actually getting profit. Let's see if we're going to few that are still negative. The ones that are negative, you can see here, very small. I can keep this running for a little bit to see how it goes. Yeah, sorry guys, I know the sound keeps fading out. I'm actually using two screens here, so I keep looking away, and then that's obviously why you're losing sound. So just so you know that to close these orders, only if you're using DCA. If you're using an order with an exit, you wouldn't need to, as Capitalise would close the order for you. But with a dollar cost averaging, you'd want to close the order yourself just by right-clicking on the order and closing the order. So you can see the profit already that we've got here. We've gone into the positive for everything now. So every trade that we've opened at the moment has gone into positive. Okay, wonderful. So traders, I've gone through most of what I wanted to for you guys. If you guys are interested in actually taking a walkthrough of the platform, we've got a walkthrough, a demo session planned in 20 minutes time. And what I will actually do is I'm going to quickly go to the Learning Center. And I'm just going to put this onto the chat for you guys. So if you guys have time now and you want to join in on exactly how Capitalise works and all the features you can use, you can just book a session on my calendar. I've put it into the chat box now, so you guys will be able to see it there. You can go ahead and book a session. If you can't do it now, go ahead and do it another day, and we will walk you through the platform. Guys, thank you so much for joining me in on this session. If you have any questions, please feel free to chat with me on the in-app chat or in a demo session. And yeah, from myself and the team here at Capitalise, have a great week ahead. Good luck with your trading, and whatever you're doing, stay safe. Cheers, guys. Bye.